Hi, y'all. This is RTTI in New York City. Wanted to show you this email that YouTube had sent me last week, Wednesday, the 22nd, to be exact, at about 11 something in the evening. So basically, what it said was that I violated content on my channel, violated YouTube's community guidelines, and has been removed, right? So at first, it was a specific video, and the video was Animal Farm. Now, I automatically assumed, being that it was an animated movie and, the whole COPA law policies that have been implemented on YouTube this year, I thought it was because of that. But then when I looked closer, I noticed that it was my entire playlist of movies that I had on there. I had about 10 movies. Those who know my channel and have been around that particular playlist before and know of it, they were basically movies that depicted things that were exposing a lot of truths, you know what I mean? And I guess that's basically the bottom line, that I feel YouTube is trying to get rid of anything and everything that has to do with truth, you know what I mean? With certain truth. That's why they're coming down hard on targeted individual channels, a lot of truther channels, you know what I'm saying? And basically they gave me a community guideline strike. Now, technically I would have two by now because I had another guideline strike. Those who know my channel and know of my other incident with YouTube in regards to a specific video movie clip that I used, depicting the whole thing with what I compared to being a targeted individual with being excommunicado with the movie John Wick. Had the scene towards the end with I guess you could say the boss, and he was in Central Park here in New York City with his dog and stuff like that. That particular time I got the guideline strike, I understood why. That was totally, granted in regards to what I did. That was my mistake, totally. And I accepted full responsibility for it. But they gave me a harsh penalty for it, which was about 3 months banned from YouTube being able to live stream. I was still able to upload and I was still able to comment and post and things of that nature, but I wasn't able to live stream for 3 months. So I got my live streaming ability not too long ago. To be exact, more or less like maybe close to a month ago. So what they did now was they gave me a community guideline strike, and it technically has been reset because the last community guideline strike expired. So technically, this is considered a one strike, I guess, as opposed to two. But they're looking for other ways of getting at our channels, you know what I'm saying? So we as targeted individuals do need to be a lot more careful within the content that we upload up on YouTube on our channels as targeted individuals, and also things that they're going to use against us to try to take our channels down. Now, here's the email, right? So it says, "Hi, RTTI in New York City. Our team has reviewed your content, and unfortunately, we think it violates our community guidelines. We've removed the following content from YouTube," right? So it's playlist warning: if you watch any of these movies, you'll be awoken as if you've taken the red pill, like in The Matrix Part 1. That was the playlist. I had about 10 movies on there. Now, mind you, I thought it was because of the animated movie, Animal Farm. Due to the COPA law and whatnot with children's and movies and contents, I guess being able to be misconstrued as, movies for children or content for children. So I was like, all right, fine, no problem. I forgot about that. I didn't even think about that particular movie because I felt that the premise was strong in regards to it being for adults, technically. But, through a technicality and whatnot, this is what these people do. They removed it. But then when I looked closer, I noticed it was the entire playlist, and they weren't animated. So the other thing that I felt that could have been was some sort of copyright strike. But if you see clearly here, it says community guidelines, right? So it wasn't a copyright strike, because that would have made more sense in regards to it was other, people's movies that I was using as a playlist so I could watch later but it wasn't private, it was public. So I guess through that technicality, they had me violated because of that. So anyway, here we go. I have a second, I guess, because there's levels: one, two, three, four. Four being the worst with the red card, like in soccer. You already know what time it is with that. So I got the second one, which was like a yellow card, caution, right? But look, the first one is a warning. So technically, I should have gotten a warning with the whistle blowing icon, but I got the yellow card instead. Interesting, right? Anyway, so check this out. He goes, we know that this might be disappointing, but it's important to us that YouTube is a safe place for all. If content breaks our rules, we remove it. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal and we'll take another look. Keep reading for more details, right? So I did appeal it, by the way, y'all, and they didn't respond to it whatsoever. And I've heard that it doesn't matter if you do appeal it, they usually still carry out the whole thing anyway, especially to targeted individual channels and truther channels. It's unfortunate, but that's how they treat us, you know what I mean? How this affects your channel. All right, so your channel now has one strike. Now remember, I had two technically, but I guess because the other one expired, they reset it, which is a good thing for me, luckily, right? You won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for 1 week. 1 week meaning 7 days, y'all. A second strike will prevent you from publishing content for 2 weeks. 3 strikes in the same 90-day period will result in your channel being permanently removed from YouTube. All right. Now, technically today, like I said, it's Wednesday, so it's been a week later. And I checked to see if I can upload or live stream, and I cannot. But I noticed that it takes a little while. It's not usually the same exact day. And it may have been later in the evening where they send me that email that last Wednesday. So it could be that they're doing it through that. It has to be like exact time frame and stuff like that. It's supposedly the YouTube algorithm. I don't know how true that is, that it's automatic. It could be true. But in any case, you know, it's like, you know, my man Night of Thunder has said before, when they did this to him the last time, they took a piss with it. They took their time, in other words, giving it back to him. And they did it to me also with the last 3-month ban that I had. They didn't give it to me at the time frame they were supposed to give it to me. They gave it to me about 3 weeks maybe later. You know what I'm saying? After the fact, when I was supposed to get it. So this time around, I'm expecting more or less the same thing. Like Night of Thunder said, they're going to be taking a piss with it. You know what I mean? Taking their sweet old time, giving it back to me. And make it seem that it's the YouTube algorithms that's automatic, which could be true, but they probably set it up in that way. I wouldn't be surprised. So it says what to do next. 95% of creators who get one strike never get another one. We want that for you too. So please make sure you understand YouTube's community guidelines and strikes basics. Review your content with our policies in mind. Pardon me, y'all. If after reviewing your content you think we made a mistake, let us know. You can appeal this decision here by clicking that, right? Understand that this strike will expire after 90 days, which is 3 months, right? And that deleting the content will not remove the strike, right? Sincerely, the YouTube team. Now again, this was sent to me last Wednesday, and today is Wednesday, and after I woke up, I went to check my my email, and I decided to make this video to upload later when I have the ability to, just to show and prove what these people are doing. Now, I wanted to also mention that, see, 7 days ago, I said I want that on record. January 22nd, 2020 at 11:38 p.m., 7 days ago. That's when I got this email from YouTube. I also wanted to mention the fact that Night of Thunder, interestingly enough, on the same day, that same Wednesday, which was the 22nd, also got another strike on his channel. So he has now 2 strikes on his channel, which means that if he gets one more, his content, his whole channel could be deleted. But him and I have both taken measures on, what we're going to do in case that does happen. We're prepared for that. You know what I mean? And we also know that YouTube didn't do this alone. They had some sort of help. Because I don't believe YouTube's algorithms is just going to be going through my particular playlist to remove that particular playlist. You know what I mean? I believe someone must have flagged that particular list on my channel and reported it to YouTube. And so has Night of Thunder had the same issue. And him and I both have an idea of more or less who it is. We're not going to get into all of that because that's not what I do on this channel. You know what I mean? So what it is we already have a good idea of who it could be. You know what I mean? And where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. People who strike from the shadows and have no balls and have no heart do shit like that. You know what I mean? Also, if they're working in cahoots with this program on the low, that's partially why they have to do stuff like this too, to try to sabotage us and get us shut down and whatnot. But regardless of the fact, we're still going to keep on taking. We're going to still keep doing what we do. And that's that. You know what I mean? So what I wanted to do was also show y'all in regards to that particular thing with YouTube is the other, because I wanted to show both. All right. So as y'all can see, it shows here channel violations, right? Active community guidelines strike, right? And I have that red one you see there. That's supposed to symbolize today that I have 1 day left. When technically it should be 0 though, because it's Wednesday today. It's 1 week later, 7 days, right? But through technicalities, you know how that works. You know what I mean? With YouTube and the algorithms, supposedly, and all this other shit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on that so y'all can see it clearer. And to get it on the record. Community guidelines strikes, right? So there's the red pyramid with the exclamation point. 1 of 3 community guidelines strikes, right? So your content was removed due to a violation of our community guidelines, right? You won't be able to do things like upload, post, or live stream for 1 week. 1 day left. So technically today, this is how they put it. It was 7 days when I first got it. Now it's 1 day left, but it's 7 days later already. Okay, and I could prove that by showing y'all the date and time. Okay, hold on a minute. See that? Wednesday, January 20th. All right, that's today's date. All right, so going back, content removed, right? If you think we made a mistake, you can appeal the decision, which I did, but they never responded to it. Warning on September 15th, 2019. Now, this was the 3-month ban that I got for that movie clip depicting the whole targeted individual slash excommunicado comparison that I used that on my live stream. Now, that I totally take responsibility for, and this is the 3-month ban that I still had on there. It just keeps record of it. It's expired, right? So here goes the second one, right? Technically, strike on January 22nd, 2020, expires April 22nd. I officially thought initially that I was going to be banned again for 3 more months. I was upset about that, but I read it wrong. Thankfully it was a mistake on my behalf. And here goes the content type. Warning: if you watch any of these movies, you'll be awoken as if you've taken the red pill, such and such, right? Due to the YouTube COPA policy I can no longer have. That was me. I put that in there because I had assumed that it had to do with me having that movie that was Animal Farm, which was an animated movie. So I thought to that technicality they were coming at me with that particular strike at first. But then I noticed that they removed the entire playlist. So what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Policy, community guidelines, right? Appeal submitted because I appealed it. So this is the deal, y'all. This is what's going on YouTube, especially to targeted individuals like myself and other truthers. You know what I'm saying? This is how they're coming after us, man. So we have to definitely stay diligent and be aware of what we post up on YouTube. You know, stuff that we may already have on our channels, like playlists, as y'all can clearly see in here. They are going through those and using them as windows of some sort in order to get in and be able to do these type of things to try to get our channels to be shut down and make it look as if it's our fault. You know what I mean? So definitely we have to stay aware of stuff like this. All right. Again, I wanted to remind y'all that Night of Thunder, a member of our squad, all right, has also been hit with a strike. And supposedly he got the same type of strike. His strike had to do with hate speech again, which was what they gave him before as well. And they did what they did to him, to me, which was a week of not being able to upload and post and live stream. Now what they did was they gave him a second one for the same thing, for hate speech. And it was for a fucking video that he's had on his channel for over 3 years, back in 2017 or some shit like that. They went ahead and sifted through all, you know, those videos and found something through there to hit him with another strike with. So again, man, I don't think YouTube did that on their own. I don't believe it was their algorithms. I believe it's some sort of one of these perps or, you know, community snitches, you know what I'm saying? Well, within YouTube, okay? It could be very well within YouTube, or even, you know, personally, locally, where he's from, just like me. I could have one doing it to me over here. But him and I both spoke, and we came down to a reasonable conclusion of who more or less it could be. So we know what time it is, you know what I mean? We know what time it is. Feel me? So it is what it is. Regardless of the fact, we're going to continue doing what we do. And if anything comes down to it, we're ready to make moves and just find other social platforms. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to have to do. Then that's what it is. We've already spoken about this. And Night of Thunder was correct about it, unfortunately. You know what I mean? That he suspected that this was going to end up happening. But he didn't expect, and neither did I. None of us anticipated that it was going to be this soon, this fast. But apparently, that's how they're moving. All right, y'all, this is RTTI in New York City, wanting to document this particular situation that's happened to me recently. That's why there wasn't the regular call last Sunday, which I was supposed to do, but I couldn't due to the fact that I couldn't upload, because I could have shot a pre-recorded call like I usually did before, but I didn't have the ability to do it. I can't upload. So that's why I wasn't able to go and make the pre-recorded call. And I also couldn't live stream, obviously, too. So that's why I didn't live stream it. But I should be back in full effect this upcoming weekend, this Sunday. And definitely going to get cracking with this stuff. We're going to do a lot of exposure when it comes down to this. This happens to be one of them, my particular situation. And then with YouTube again. And then Night of Thunder has his. So, you know, we're going to just continue doing what we do. You know what I mean? Regardless of the fact. All right, y'all. This is RTTI in New York City. Signing out.